So initially we're just putting a background colour on. This will, as you'll see in the later stages, all be hidden underneath, but it gives a good depth of colour to the illustration. But you can see already these petals are just coming to life, and the aim of this is to create an illusion of 3D. Now, for fear of repeating myself, it's a slow process, so I'll come back to you when I've got a bit further. So there we have the basis of the 3 flowers and their petals. I think already, you know, there's degree of realism there, but this is where I now add all the detail, all the colour detail to the flower petals, and I'll show you that as I go. So now just show you by moving my palette over here. What I'm doing is mixing various grades of pink through to dark purple, and that's by mixing red and blue and white, touch of black if necessary, and where we've got here, as you can see, I'm just applying the sort of foundation colours. What I'll now need to do is just get this in place and then allow it all to dry. I need more white in this bit. The detail, and that doesn't happen quickly. You can't do this quickly. You need to spend just a bit of time. Now I need a bit of purple again. To add in some light and shade as we go. Down here, a bit more, it's just a little darker, like that, and come up with some lighter colour, a bit more red. Through that. So I've moved the camera around because I didn't realise that you couldn't see very well what I was doing. So just to recap a bit here, what I've done is placed a foundation colour on our petals, and I'm just touching it up to get nice sharp colours, and I like to add in a bit of texture with the paint. So if it curls up a bit, you get a bit of thickness. That's all good because we want it to look really real, and we're creating an illusion. So if you've got, the more texture you can put into it, the better. And we want to blend the colours together so there are no sharp lines between the various shades. I've got a bit here, you see, I've got a very sharp difference. You might need to dab it a bit. But as this coat of paint will dry, and we'll need to leave it overnight to do that, we'll then add more paint on top so that it'll be layered, and I just need to change my colour here back to white to get some sharp edge around here. That's more like it. And if you just imagine that you're just dragging your brush around the edge of the petal, if you just imagine that in your mind, then you get the brush strokes all going in the right direction. Right, so not quite finished yet. I need to let the latest coat of paint dry, but if I get this in the picture right, you can see there, I think, how there's a real sense of life, and those lily flowers hopefully will just make you smile. And now just onto the final touches. This is just pure white, which just gives the illusion of the sun just picking up on the sort of exposed edges of the petals, and if you lay it on quite thickly, it just adds a bit more texture, and that helps with the illusion, because it does bring out the, it sort of brings out the areas where the sun would just highlight. So quite thick around the edge like that, and we're nearly there. And there we are. And here we are, the final version. It has now had just an hour or two for the oil coating to just soak into the grain, and you can see it accentuates the woody naturalness. And there we have a striking image of the 3 lily flowers.